Have you ever considered that the stress and tension you feel isn't actually caused by what's happening around you, but by your desperate attempts to control it? It's a paradox you've likely encountered countless times. The harder you cling to what you desire, the more quickly it slips through your fingers. Think about moments in your life when you wanted something desperately, perhaps a relationship, a job, or even a specific outcome. You planned meticulously, tried to influence every little detail, yet the more you forced it, the more elusive it became. Why is that? Imagine holding water in the palm of your hand. The tighter you grip, the faster it runs through your fingers. That's exactly what happens when you're overly controlling in your life. Your intense focus, your desperate attempts to hold onto everything, often become the very reason you lose the things you value most. It's not about giving up or abandoning responsibility. Rather, it's about understanding that sometimes the best way to keep something is to stop holding on to it so tightly. Have you ever paused to notice how smoothly life flows when you simply let go of the need to control every outcome? Suddenly, things start aligning naturally, relationships grow stronger, opportunities appear effortlessly, and your inner state becomes remarkably peaceful. Carl Jung once shared an insight that speaks directly to this truth. Your external life mirrors what you haven't yet faced internally. The more you attempt to control or avoid certain truths within yourself, the more those issues manifest externally, creating the very chaos you're trying to avoid. Could it be that the solution to your stress and tension isn't to grasp harder, but to release your grip just enough to allow life to unfold as it naturally should? Sometimes the greatest source of pressure in your life isn't what happens to you. It's how desperately you try to control it. Think about it. Have you ever stepped into a social gathering, a date, or a crucial work meeting and felt an overwhelming urge to impress everyone? You carefully choose each word, rehearse your movements, and manage your expressions down to the smallest detail. Yet the more you try to impress, the more tense and awkward everything becomes. The irony is sharp and undeniable. The harder you hold on to making a perfect impression, the more it slips away. Trying to control situations too intensely is like squeezing sand in your palm. No matter how tightly you grip, it slips rapidly through your fingers. Have you ever noticed that your most stressful moments often come from your own desire to control rather than the circumstances themselves? There's a subtle yet profound paradox that arises when you finally let go. The moment you release the obsessive desire to control outcomes, life gently moves to meet you halfway. Consider someone struggling within a relationship. They desperately try to fix every conflict, overanalyze every message, and attempt to control their partner's reactions. Yet, the more they grasp at control, the further away the harmony moves. But something remarkable occurs the moment they step back and loosen their grip. The relationship naturally improves. Communication flows effortlessly. Understanding deepens, and closeness returns naturally. Have you experienced something similar? Have you wondered what might happen if you stopped forcing situations and simply allowed life to unfold? The idea of effort and control might feel intuitive. You've likely been taught that working harder, controlling more, and striving continuously is the key to success. But real creativity, achievement, and genuine connections thrive only when you relax and allow things to come to you naturally. Think of artists who create their most impactful work effortlessly, without pressure or expectation. Think of moments in your own life when you performed at your very best. Wasn't it often when you weren't desperately trying to impress anyone or achieve something? Trying too hard is like forcing a flower to bloom faster. Instead of thriving, it withers under the unnatural pressure. Ask yourself honestly, have your greatest moments of creativity or success emerged precisely when you stopped overthinking or forcing results? Attachment is the quiet force behind much of your anxiety and unhappiness. When you fixate on needing something, a person's approval, external validation, or specific outcomes, you tie yourself to perpetual disappointment and worry. Imagine constantly wondering what others think of you, overanalyzing every glance, every reaction. The result isn't peace or confidence, it's anxiety and exhaustion. Attachment becomes a subtle but persistent chain that keeps you tied to cycles of insecurity. What if you release the need to seek external approval and simply embrace yourself as you truly are? Can you imagine the freedom and clarity you'd gain from letting go of your relentless search for validation? There's a quiet principle underlying life. When you truly let go, you naturally start receiving. The more you try to control, chase, or force outcomes, the further away those outcomes drift. But when you ease your grip, release expectations, and approach life with openness, things seem to flow effortlessly toward you. Perhaps you've noticed this already. A person stops desperately searching for love, and suddenly a meaningful connection naturally appears. Another person stops anxiously chasing success, and unexpected opportunities find their way to them. Letting go is like opening a window, inviting life's natural currents to gently flow in, rather than forcing doors that remain closed. Have you ever experienced something you've desperately chased finally arriving when you no longer obsessed about it? Letting go, however, doesn't mean resignation or giving up. It's a subtle shift from forcing things to allowing them. Those who master this approach tend to move through life with greater ease and clarity, naturally aligning with opportunities and connections without constantly seeking validation or approval. Imagine someone who effortlessly seems to be in the right place at the right time, not because they're controlling every detail, but because they've learned to trust life's natural flow. Have you felt the power of this approach yourself? The true secret behind letting go isn't about disengagement or indifference. It's about replacing the anxiety-driven control with trust, presence, and flexibility. When you relax your grip on outcomes and shift your focus inward, focusing on the only things you can truly control, your reactions, your energy, and your decisions, you begin to experience genuine peace and empowerment. You stop being at the mercy of external validation or outcomes, and instead begin to draw what truly aligns with you into your life. Imagine for a moment how your life would change if you stopped trying to hold everything so tightly. Think of the relief you'd feel if you no longer had to constantly worry about being perfect, about impressing everyone, or about forcing certain outcomes. What possibilities could open up to you if you simply allowed things to unfold naturally, without manipulation or force? Pause and reflect deeply. Have you ever realized how your constant struggle to control outcomes might be preventing the very things you want from coming to you? Have you recognized that the more you chase something, the further it seems to move away, and the moment you genuinely let go, things start falling naturally into place? Pause and reflect deeply. Have you ever realized how your constant struggle to control outcomes might be preventing the very things you want from coming to you? Have you recognized that the more you chase something, the further it seems to move away, and the moment you genuinely let go, things start falling naturally into place? When you truly learn the art of letting go, you begin to see an incredible shift in how life responds to you. People become naturally drawn toward your presence. Opportunities arrive without the desperate chase. Everything seems to align more effortlessly. Your relationships improve when you stop needing constant reassurance. Your career flourishes when you release desperate attempts at control. Your creativity blossoms when you stop worrying about what others might think. So, ask yourself honestly and openly, what would your life look like if you genuinely let go of your need to control every outcome? What if instead of gripping tightly to the life you think you want, you opened your hands and allowed life to gently place what truly belongs to you into your palms? The freedom you deeply seek isn't about maintaining tight control. It's about allowing life to guide you naturally, accepting that things fall into place precisely when you stop obsessively trying to control them. Wouldn't it feel incredible to finally trust the natural flow of your own life? Imagine that feeling clearly, no longer fighting against the current, but flowing effortlessly with it. The choice to experience this freedom is entirely yours. All you need to do is gently loosen your grip and let go. When you finally let go, truly let go, something remarkable happens. It's not just relief. It's not simply a release of tension. It's as if life itself shifts dramatically, aligning effortlessly with everything you've always wanted. Imagine your life as a river, flowing naturally toward its destination. When you're trying to control every outcome, it's like swimming desperately upstream, fighting the current, exhausting yourself just to remain in the same place. Every stroke you make feels heavier, every effort drains more energy, and you become increasingly frustrated and depleted. But the moment you stop struggling and surrender to the current, the river itself carries you effortlessly, guiding you exactly where you're meant to go. You begin to realize that you were never meant to control every aspect of your journey. Your true power emerges from trusting and allowing life to unfold naturally. Consider the stress and tension you currently carry. How much of it actually comes from external situations, and how much comes from your relentless need to dictate outcomes? The insight here is profound and possibly uncomfortable. The real source of your anxiety isn't external. It's your attachment to specific results, your desire for certainty, your deep-seated fear of letting things naturally unfold. The more tightly you cling to specific outcomes, the more friction and struggle you create in your life. Have you ever noticed how much easier life becomes when you let go of these exhausting attempts at control? Think of those moments when you stopped obsessing over the future, those precious times when you accepted uncertainty and allowed yourself to be present. Didn't things naturally become simpler, easier, more aligned? Didn't opportunities and relationships that once seemed elusive suddenly appear effortlessly before you? There's a deep truth hidden here, a profound realization that the act of letting go is actually your greatest form of control. By relinquishing the need to force everything into place, you invite life itself to align with you, naturally and harmoniously. Carl Jung beautifully encapsulated this concept with his idea of synchronicity, those meaningful coincidences that appear precisely when you stop forcing and start trusting. Jung believed that when you live in harmony with yourself and your deeper truths, the external world naturally reflects this harmony back to you. You begin to encounter people, opportunities, and circumstances that match your inner alignment. Have you noticed these moments of meaningful coincidence appearing precisely when you least expect them? Often exactly after you've stopped trying so hard. But here's the critical question for you, right now, in this very moment. Do you have the courage to let go of your anxious attempts to control your future, your relationships, and your desires? Are you willing to step into that vulnerable, open space where you allow life itself to unfold organically? It takes immense courage and trust to release your grasp, to acknowledge that your control was always somewhat of an illusion. Yet doing so opens you to a profound freedom and fulfillment, far greater than anything forced or controlled could ever provide. Consider carefully how your life might transform if you truly embraced letting go. Imagine a reality where you no longer live in a state of constant stress or attention, endlessly fighting against the natural flow of your life. Picture yourself as that person who moves effortlessly through each day, trusting fully in the rhythm and flow of life's events. Imagine how much richer, deeper, and more meaningful your experiences would become. Now ask yourself directly and honestly, what if everything you're trying so hard to control is precisely what's holding you back from experiencing genuine peace and fulfillment? Could it be that true happiness and true fulfillment come not from gripping life more tightly, but from the courage and humility to release control and trust in life itself? Your inner peace, your creativity, and your relationships flourish most profoundly when you allow life to be exactly as it is, rather than as you demand it to be. It's a challenging truth to accept, yet profoundly liberating when you finally understand it. The struggles you face are often not because of external factors. They're the result of your internal resistance to life's natural unfolding. When you release that resistance, you step into harmony with the natural current of your life, allowing everything you truly desire to manifest effortlessly. So now, reflect on your own journey. Are you prepared to loosen your grip, let go of your fears, and trust in the natural course of your life? Are you willing to embrace the powerful insight that the moment you stop controlling and simply allow life to unfold, everything you've always sought will naturally and beautifully align? This insight might challenge you deeply, but it also holds the potential to profoundly transform your life. Your genuine power, your authentic joy, your deepest peace, they're all waiting just beyond the moment you finally choose to let go. Real freedom isn't about gripping tightly onto your life, trying desperately to make everything align exactly as planned. It's not found in meticulously managing every situation or in the exhausting pursuit of perfection. True freedom arrives quietly in the moment you finally stop chasing outcomes and simply let things unfold naturally. It's the subtle yet powerful act of trusting that life knows precisely where you need to be, even if you can't see it clearly right now. Imagine the peace that awaits you if you were to stop striving so hard for approval, acceptance, or control. What if you chose, just once, to surrender your expectations and allowed yourself the freedom to experience life as it truly happens? You've likely noticed that the more you try to force outcomes, the further away those outcomes seem to drift. Yet when you loosen your grip, when you trust yourself and let things be, opportunities and genuine connections naturally fall into place, effortlessly and beautifully. Think carefully about your own experiences. Have you ever felt truly fulfilled when obsessing over every detail? Or have you found your most authentic moments of happiness precisely when you let go and simply allowed life to move naturally? Letting go isn't giving up. It's a brave decision to step into uncertainty with openness and courage. It's about releasing control and opening your heart and mind to possibilities you've never imagined. If what you've heard today resonated deeply within you, I warmly invite you to share your own experiences in the comments below. Your insights can genuinely inspire someone else who is quietly struggling with the same feelings. Let's support each other in this powerful journey toward genuine freedom and self-understanding. And don't forget to subscribe, because beyond this moment of clarity, there are deeper, richer insights awaiting you. Let's move forward together toward the life of ease, authenticity, and natural fulfillment you've always quietly desired.